I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Back to the shack. A quest from Vonte, and don't look at me like that. We know this movie such dick. It's such major balls. Bill Murray riding such our God that says it all. Caddyshack into his shit. Makes you wanna cry and talk to somebody. Don't know how long I take. If you watch part 2, you're everybody's fool. Yeah, I know that sucked, but it makes sense because this movie fucking sucks. So I might as well sing a shitty rendition of a shitty... Actually, I actually like that song. It's a song Nobody's Fool by Kenny Loggins, who did a song for the first movie, I'm Alright. I actually like the set. Nobody's Fool I like even more. I wish this song was in a better movie, Nobody's Fool. I'm going all the way. That's a good song. It sucks that it's in this fucking movie. I wish it was in a better movie. I don't know which movie I would put it in, but I wish it was in a better movie. This is a paid request from Vonte. I apologize for the shitty singing and my shitty voice. And I don't know, I'm not a fucking songwriter. That's right, I know I'm not a songwriter, so I wouldn't write a song and sing a song. But supposedly people here thought this was a good fucking idea, and no one said no. Well, that's not true. Harold Ramis said no. And I know Harold Ramis, his name is on the script, but he didn't really write the script. It's like, no, you guys shouldn't do this. And then he wanted to take his name off it, because he worked on the first Caddyshack. Of course, Harold Ramis, by this point, he had directed National Lampoon's Vacation. He had co-starred with Bill Murray in Stripes and Ghostbusters films and helped write. And he's directed. He directed the first Caddyshack. And he's like, this is a bad idea. This is a stupid idea. And no one would listen to him. And they said, well, if you take your name off it, it's going to ruin some people and it's going to hurt people. Come on, do it for us, Harold. And Harold Ramis was a nice guy, and he did. So even though his name's on the script, he had nothing to do with the writing. Which makes sense, because this movie is horrible in its writing. It's horrible in its comedy. It's not funny. It's an unneeded sequel. We didn't need a sequel to Caddyshack 8 fucking years later. Like I said, this is a paid request from Vonte. If people want to send in pretty much any type of request, a review or topic, reaction, re-review, whatever, you can send either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And obviously my tongue's discombobulated. I know, great material, me chugging on water. You know, there you go. That's why I say with this movie, spit at this movie. Got water on me. Got fucking water on me. Good. Feels better than this fucking film. This is a horrible fucking sequel. Everyone knows it's a horrible fucking sequel. So what the fuck did I tell you why this is a horrible fucking sequel? Bill Murray doesn't come back. Rodney Dangerfield doesn't come back. Chevy Chase comes back, but you can tell he pretty much is saying, I don't want to fucking be here. I got a thing. He leaves. To be honest, some of his stuff was funny. Because you could tell Chevy Chase did not want to fucking be there. So, which makes it funnier. Jack D. Mason is your lead. I'm sorry, Jack D. Mason may work in the stand-up circuit. He's kind of like Louis Anderson. I reviewed a film called The Wrong Guys from 1988. I liked the film overall, but I thought one of the issues was Louis Anderson being the lead. I'm like, he works better in supporting roles. He does not work as a lead. I think the same thing with Jack D. Mason. I'm sorry, Jack D. Mason does not work as a lead. And he got most of the screen time. The thing with Caddyshack is the screen time was fairly separated between, here's Rodney, here's Bill, here's Chevy, a little Ted Knight, a little bit of the caddy. Like, it was separated. Here is like a lot of fucking Jack D. Mason. I'm sorry, his shtick wasn't funny. Did I grow up with his stand-up comedy? No. I didn't grow up with his stand-up comedy. I don't know much of his stand-up comedy. Maybe that's why. I don't care. I don't think he was funny. I think if you had Rodney Dangerfield, which there was talks of him being in it, but then those stalled. If it was Rodney Dangerfield, I don't know. Maybe it could be saved as a time waster with Rodney's comedy. Because Rodney can work in the lead. Back to School shows us that. Easy Money, fun film, shows us that. But Jack D. Mason, and then all these other characters. You got Dan Aykroyd, who's trying to be Bill Murray, trying to be zany. And I'm sorry, Dan Aykroyd does not work in zaniness. I said this in my review, Loose Cannons. I like Loose Cannons. One of the few little issues I have with, which is a comedy from 1990, is zany Dan Aykroyd doesn't work quite well. When Dan Aykroyd is Ghostbusters Dan Aykroyd, when he's more the reserved, even Blues Brothers, the first one, the more reserved parts of Loose Cannons, Dan Aykroyd shines best in that. Dan Aykroyd does not work in zany. He really doesn't. Although I do like Nothing But Trouble, to be fair. But this in particular, he's very annoying. He's just playing this high voice stuff, and I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh my god, that arrow that got in my ass, I shouldn't have had to put it in poison. Why did people think this was a good idea for him to talk like this, and people thought this was funny? And the jokes, Chevy Chase said it best. Apparently he told the director, who's Alan Artish, I believe, can't wait for the laugh track. Because it does seem like a bad sitcom. Not just a sitcom, but a bad sitcom. And then you dilute it where the first one's R-rated, and this is more PG, PG-13, I forget which. And funny enough, Warner Brothers had money to spare. Hell, they bought the fucking Jaws music at the beginning. The first thing you hear is the Jaws music, which is Universal. This is the Gopher movie. And apparently Bill Murray sued because the Gopher was part of his idea in the first film. And it's like, well, wait a minute, this is my idea. I helped make it up in the first one, which I did not know that Bill Murray was part of making up this Gopher thing. And then I guess they paid Bill Murray a sum. But the Gopher is barely in the fucking movie. He pops at the beginning, and he pops up like at one point at a dinner, pulling a tablecloth, and then a bit in the third act. Jack D. Mason gets most of the screen time. Like Jonathan Silverman, in the first film, he had a caddy played by Michael O'Keefe. Not Miles, Michael O'Keefe. Here is Jonathan Silverman. I like Jonathan Silverman. He was in, a year after this, Weekend at Bernie's, which I love Weekend at Bernie's. Weekend at Bernie's is one of my favorite 80s comedies. I would say I like Jonathan Silverman more than Michael O'Keefe in the first movie, but he didn't. Jonathan Silverman really isn't in the film much. It's like, they really want to put a lot in the Jackie Mason and his story, but I don't care about his character. I don't care about him and his daughter being a bitch going, Daddy, could you please not do this and that? I want to be with these friends and these snobs, and I want to be part of the... And then Jackie Mason, hey, Mashudana, huh? What are we talking about here? Up to me, I'd rather have a hurry operation. These bunch of snobs. I can't do Jackie Mason. I don't care about whether he gets into the fucking club or not. I don't care about, oh, now he owns the club. Oh, they don't play a game. I wonder who's going to own the club. I don't give a shit about, well, he's an architect and he's got this deal with these estates. I don't care. This movie has done nothing to make me care about Jackie Mason's character. Again, maybe he works at stand-up. Maybe I would not be a fan of his stand-up, because I'm not a fan of him here. Also, in a way, in the first film, I know a lot of the people in the first film were rich, but still Chevy Chase and Bill Murray and them, they came off as kind of still blue collar, even though like Chevy Chase is a rich guy. And he's in the first film more than this. This is, might as well call it an extended cameo. Here it's like rich Jackie Mason and rich Robert Stack. I like Robert Stack more. Let me just have Robert Stack win, you know? I like Robert Stack from Uncommon Valor, and he's good in Unsolved Mysteries. Just let Robert Stack win. And his Joes, Jackie Mason's Joe, just do not work for me. I'm guessing they don't work for a lot of people. This is a reason why Jackie Mason did not star in a lot of... Is this really the best that you did as Jackie Mason? There's no other people to get as the star of your movie? Let alone Caddyshack 2? There's no other comedians? I mean, I'm not saying it would be better, but... If you had the same movie and it was... I don't even know, man. Even if it was Richard Pryor, I don't think he could have saved this movie. Because it was an unneeded sequel. First one's a good movie. No one was trying out 8 years later to do a sequel to Caddyshack. I think we said all we could with the first Caddyshack, don't you think? What more can you do on a golf course? And sadly, there's a worse Caddyshack, and it's not named Caddyshack, but it's the... Oh, what's the one? Who's Your Caddy? Yeah. You want to see a worse movie than Caddyshack 2? Go watch Who's Your Caddy. That's worse than this. Again, the few nuggets of enjoyment I got out of this was Kenny Loggins' song at the beginning, Nobody's Fool. I really enjoy that song. Chevy Chase got a chuckle once in a while. When Jackie Mason's like, I was born with a wooden spoon in my mouth. And then off the cuff, Chevy Chase goes, oh, it must have been hard on your mother. I just something like with that, or I got a thing. And he just leaves the scene. Like I said, Chevy Chase, you could tell he didn't give a fuck, and it was kind of entertaining to watch. But the gags that they put in here, like Jackie Mason, he got these golf clubs, and one shoots like a shotgun, and even does the pump action noise of a shotgun. Another one has lasers, and a sci-fi movie now with these lasers make the ball go, it takes more and more so it could go into a hole. So now we're literally in Star Wars, Star Trek territory with these fucking lasers. Randy Quaid is in the film as this crazy lawyer. And then once in a while he pops up just to fuck with Robert Stack. Whether at a miniature course type thing and he's in hockey pads and pushing Robert Stack. Or he's doing the fucking... Like, this is the jokes we get to. Hey, what's that? Oh, gotcha. You know, you look down, put the finger up. Like, that's... Really? That's the jokes we're at now? What's that? Or, yes, I know there's a fart joke or two in the first movie, but here, Jack D. Mason's riding a horse. It's farting. Robert Stack's going, I think your horse got a gas problem. And Jack D. Mason goes, it's not the horse. And then does it again when he's doing a competition with Robert Stack. Robert Stack falls in the mud. Jack D. Mason jumps with the horse, and you hear... You know, that's the sound of this movie's soul. That's why it stinks. There's an auction. Jack D. Mason buys everybody that has them work construction. The club is fucked with Jack D's business, so Jack D. Mason gets with Chevy Chase and buys his share to fuck off and fuck with the Robert Stack's group. I don't care, because I don't like either of you. And again, Chevy Chase, another laugh he got on me, where they're looking... Jack D. Mason and Chevy Chase are looking at Chevy Chase's parents. Oh, they're gone now. Oh, they're dead? Nah, Palm Beach. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I think they are dead. I like the way Chevy Chase said that. It got one of the few genuine laughs out of me. Was when Chevy Chase said that. Wait a minute. Yeah, sorry, I think they are dead. This is the way... And this is the thing with Chevy Chase. Whether he was from all intents and purposes, a complete fucking asshole to work with. In movies, and SNL. Not a great person. Not by a long shot. But I look at his filmography, I liked National Lampoon's Vacation and most of those movies he was in. The first one and Christmas Vacation being my favorites. I enjoyed Fletch. I remember not minding Fletch Lives. I remember having fun with Funny Farm. In the 90s, I liked Nothing But Trouble. I wish they had a Blu-ray. I really do like Nothing But Trouble. And I like the first Caddyshack. This, no, but Chevy Chase... I think he's fun in the movie, which made me go, well, he probably would say, no, I don't want to be the lead. Then just don't do the movie. But Warner Brothers thought, hey, we'll get a quick payday out of this because it's a name title, and it didn't. In fact, it's considered one of the worst sequels of all time. He does stupid antics like when he buys a club, he makes a little amusement park in it. One of the assholes of the club slides down the slide, but there's no water, so he gets burned. Robert Stack hires someone not to kill the Gopher, but to literally kill Jack D. Mason. And it's like, okay, now we're getting even more fantasy territory. I'm not saying the first Caddyshack is realistic. It has a fucking Gopher that's doing shit. Even this, like, let's push that even more with the lasers, and let's have a guy, like, literally tried to murder Jack D. Mason because of a fucking club. And Dan Aykroyd is no Bill Murray. Bill Murray knows how to do zany. You, with the high pitch, oh, hello there. Don't have it. Don't have it. Don't have what? Common fucking sense? To say no, Dan? Again, you want to say Loose Cannons is one of the worst films you've done. You did this fucking movie. You did Dr. Detroit. You did Blues Brothers 2000. Fuck's sake. Even when they try to redo stuff in the first film, remember that na with Chevy Chase? Jack D. Mason's trying to do it. He can't even do it. He can barely say. He's like na, and Chevy Chase like no, na, No, 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 no. No, 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 no. J.D. Mason can't even fucking do that. So even that gets fucking ruined. And Chevy Chase just looks like he's just so fed up. Like, I can't make shit from Shinola. Or Shinola from shit. You want gold? Can't give me dog shit to do it. So Dan Aykroyd gets an arrow in the ass. Randy Quaid is getting a bit annoying at this point. They do a golf game like they did in the first one. So the same shit, only less funny, less interesting because you don't care. The Gopher, I guess he found out what the fuck was going on. Maybe he has ESP or ESPN for all I know. And these little golf balls that Dan Aykroyd had, he took one, he changed it for Robert Stack's. I guess the Gopher knew to root for Jackie Mason. Oh, I'm gonna fuck over Robert Stack. So Robert Stack hits it, blows himself up, doesn't win. And I'm like, well, I don't know if that's really him losing. I mean, taking audible, but no, he loses. Jackie Mason wins. I don't care. And I forgot what song is at the end, but I didn't even care for the song at the end. Like, they didn't even go with the I'm alright. Maybe they did in the later end of the credit, but I just stopped it. Like, I got 1 minute in the credits and I stopped it. So if they showed that song later on, I gave up. Like, this, the tough thing with reviewing comedies is you can review a comedy in a minute. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to review a comedy in 10 seconds. 2, 1. The shit's not funny. End of review. There you go. Like, technically comedies is the easiest movie to review. Was it funny? Was it not funny? No, this wasn't funny. The few bits of Chevy Chase was funny. Farting horses, Jackie Mason trying to do his shtick and just not working. He didn't fit. He fit like a round hole and a square peg. Other people like Diane Cannon, Jonathan Silverman, they're wasted. They felt like they were barely in the fucking film. Too much time on Jackie Mason. Like, you don't have other interesting characters to go to for good chunks of time. And the direction, what direction? Like, what can you really tell me about the direction of this film? What can you really tell me? Exactly. And the script, Harold Ramis' name on it, but again, he says, like, and may you rest in peace, Harold Ramis, that, hey, I disavow anything with that movie. I think it was a bad idea. I told them, no, don't do it. I'll just put your name on it, and they probably paid him some money, and it's like, hey, you know, you gotta help us, man. Don't let us down. You don't get us hurt. You know, give him a guilt trip. And Harold Ramis like, okay, man, one day I'll do Groundhog Day, much better comedy, and I'll direct it. Caddyshack 2, man. Caddyshack 3, the shack is back in black. Caddyshack 4, 4 score and 7 holes ago. Caddyshack V, Caddyshack on Viagra. Caddyshack 6, 6, the horror edition, where Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface and Michael Myers play a golf game. Whoever loses dies forever. Or whoever wins rules the world. Caddyshack 7, the New Blood. Why the fuck not? Those sequels coming soon to a non-theater near you. See you guys later. Fuck this movie. Shitty, unfunny sequel. with a terrible choice for a lead, boring direction. Actors like Jonathan Silverman, I liked him, underused. A good song, Nobody's Fool, deserves a much better movie. I don't know what movie I would put it in, but not this one. So see you guys later. Bye-bye.